Hi there. My name is Rick, and I'm with English Pro. We help students to do really well on their IELTS exams. In particular, we help students in all areas of English, actually. But our specialty for the past few years has been in helping you to crush the IELTS exam. What do I mean by crush? I mean to do really, really well, to ace this exam, to get your highest possible score that you can get on the IELTS exam. As you probably know, the IELTS has 9 bands, they're called. These are levels of proficiency, the highest being 9, the lowest being a 1. And many of my students are getting 7, 8, and some have even gotten 9, which is native level speaking. It's a bit rare, but to get an 8 is incredible. Most universities require, in Canada anyway, 6.5, maybe 7. Okay, if you're in medical school, it could be a bit higher. If you want to do really well on this exam, you do need to prepare. And preparing by yourself is not usually a good idea. A lot of my students have tried preparing on their own, but you need somebody to give you some constructive feedback. Okay, when you're speaking, for example, if you're practicing speaking by yourself, how do you know if you're pronouncing words correctly? How do you know if you're presenting yourself in the best possible way? You need some kind of feedback, from a teacher, from a tutor, from another human being. Okay. So I've been doing this for over 20 years, all kinds of students, from literacy levels all the way up to people working on their master's degree, all kinds of students, and everyone in between. Right? It's a passion of mine. I love helping people like you to be successful, to achieve the highest level you can possibly achieve. All right. I get a kick out of that. It's great. Now, to say a little bit about this IELTS exam, in case you've never taken it before, this exam is a proficiency exam. It is pretty much globally recognized as probably the best, single best examination method out there. There are others, and I can help you with any exam that you're going to take. It doesn't have to be IELTS. But the IELTS is probably the most well known. It stands for IELTS, which is the International English Language Testing System, IELTS. And it's used for many things, especially immigration. If you're planning to live in another country, an English speaking country, they may require an IELTS score to make you admissible to that country. It's most commonly used for university entrance admissions. So if you're applying to get into a college or university in North America or in Australia or in the UK or other English speaking countries, they often require that you show them your IELTS score, and it has to be high enough to be admitted into college or university. So it's a big deal, okay? It's an important exam. And, it costs $300 or $400 Canadian to take it. So, it's not cheap. You don't want to keep taking it over and over like some students have done. And, it gets to be quite costly. So if you just follow my methods, okay, you take my classes, my course, you don't have to take it over and over again. You'll probably get a high score the first time. Most of my students get the kind of score that they're looking for the very first time if they stay with me. Okay. So I want to give you an example of the speaking because there are 4 sections. Okay. The speaking, there's the listening, reading, and writing. But I'm going to give you an example of speaking because a lot of students do get a low score because of their speaking. Okay, so typically the speaking section has 3 sections to it, 3 parts to it. Part 1, The examiner will ask simple questions, basic questions like, what's your name? How old are you? Where do you live? Where were you born? What kind of schools did you go to? Simple questions about your background, personal questions. Then part two is a little more involved. Part two, generally, they'll ask an opinion type of question. Okay, it could be a question like, do you consider yourself to be an ambitious person? Okay, are you ambitious? And many students will answer, very short answers like, yes, I am, or I think I am. Or if they're not that ambitious, they'll say, I'm not really ambitious, not very ambitious. Short answers like that, which you may think are okay, but in the examiner's mind, it may show that you're not that confident in English because your answers are so short. Okay? It's better to make your answers a bit longer, add a bit more to your answer. Say something like, well, I think I'm pretty ambitious. I like to push myself to the limit because if you don't do that, you're not really going to achieve anything really worthwhile. Okay? Now that answer, is better. It's better than just saying yes, I am. Right? You're adding a bit more to it. You're adding some personality, your philosophical reasons, for being ambitious, to achieve worthy goals. All right. So you're giving more of yourself in your answer. And that's what examiners are looking for. They want to see if you can express yourself in a way that's interesting, if you can answer questions fully and completely, showing that you really understand the intent of the question. All those things are going to make your score higher and higher in the mind of the examiner. And at the end, you're probably going to get a much higher score than you would have gotten if you were just answering in very, very brief sound bites. Okay? So that's one tip. I'll give you right now, free tip. Make your answers longer than you normally would. Say more. Okay? Be careful to use good grammar, good pronunciation. The examiner is looking at all those things, your sentence structure. Try to keep it varied. Don't use the same type of sentence each time. There are a number of tips that I can give you from my experience that will help you to get a really high score. In fact, I'm willing to guarantee that if you take a lesson, just take a trial lesson, okay? I'm having a promotion right now where if you act today, I can book you for a free trial lesson. Okay, absolutely free. And I can guarantee you that you will improve your English in just 2 or 3 minutes with me. My methods are very effective and they work quickly. You don't have to take that many lessons with me to be able to get a good score, a high score, high band score on the IELTS exam. Most colleges and universities in Ontario, Canada, require a minimum of 6.5. A band score of 6.5 will get you into many of the best schools in Canada, including the U of T. Depends on the program that you're applying for. If you're going into medical school, maybe law school, it could be higher. It could be 7, could be 8. For some medical students I've had in the past, the school required an 8, which is really high. But I can get you there. Don't worry, I can get you there. If you just come to my classes, come to the lessons, participate, and just follow simple tips and guidelines that I have for you. They're manageable. You can do it. You can do it. Be positive. So if you're interested, please like below. Just like this video. Hit the like button. and subscribe, and leave a brief comment in the comment section. Say something like, yes, I'm in, or yeah, I'm interested, or let's meet soon. Something like that that shows me that you are interested. I'll get back to you very quickly, and we can set up a time for a trial lesson. Might be right then and there, or at a better time that's convenient to you. And you'll see that you will improve very quickly with me. All right. Thanks, and hope to talk to you soon. Okay. Cheers.